Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I did this Cardi B inspired makeup look. If you saw this video on Cardi B's channel and you're a makeup lover, you were probably drawn to the eyes, which are super pink and glittery and just gorgeous. So I went around and looked on her page and found her makeup artist, and her makeup artist name is Erica LaPearl. And I found some more photos of it. So the photo I kind of went off was this one right here. Yeah, as you can see, it's just a super big wing, thick lashes, and just a lot of glitter. So the makeup artist that did this look's name is Erica LaPearl. I will leave her Instagram right here. You should definitely go follow her and check her out because she's super talented. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. If you guys want to see how I got this look right here, then keep on watching. To start this look off, I'm going to be priming my eyelids with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I always like to prime my eyelids just to give me an even base to work with when I'm applying my eyeshadows. And I'm using a Real Techniques concealer brush to blend that in. And then using the same brush, I'm going to pick up my Maybelline Fit Me powder. That is my favorite combination to prime my eyelids with, just because I know it works and my eyeshadows will come out pigmented and not skip when I'm blending them. And then I'm going in with a long-haired blending brush and this orange transition shade. And the shade was from the Jaclyn Hill Vault collection. I don't remember which palette it was from, but honestly, you could take any orange shade and get the same look. But I'm just really focusing that in the crease and blending it out and kind of just blowing out the color just so it's laid down, so when I go in later with a deeper shade, it's easier to blend out. And then with a shorter, more dense blending brush, I'm going in with the shade Cherry Cola from Makeup Geek and working that into my crease and onto my lid. And I'm really taking that color really high up and focusing it on the inner and outer corner just to make the look deeper. And then just build it up to where you like it. And then I'm taking a Morphe M4 321 brush and cutting my crease. And I knew I wanted a really big cut crease, so I just put the concealer on my eye and then opened my eye all the way and then let it kind of outline where I was going to make my crease go. And I'm just feathering it out because I am going to be just putting glitter on the inner half of the eye and making the outer half darker. And then I'm taking that Cherry Cola shade and building it up in the outer corner just because you don't really want to be messing around with the eyeshadow that much once you start applying the glitter. So I'm doing it now to make it less messy later. And then this step was kind of unnecessary, but I went with the Stila Glitter and Glow Liquid Eyeshadow in Sunset Cove and just went over the spots I put the concealer just to add a shimmery pink base. And then I went in with a flat brush and applied the NYX glitter glue before I went in with the loose glitter. And the loose glitter I used first was the NYX Metallic Glitter in the shade Beauty Beam, which is just this pink holographic glitter. It was super pretty, but I really just didn't feel like it was enough. And this is kind of where it gets a little messy, and this is why I recommend doing your face second. And then I just went back in with that Cherry Cola shade and touched up around the edges before I go in with the rest of the glitter I'm going to be applying, trying to not move the glitter on my lid around any, just staying on the very, very edge of it, just because I didn't want to get glitter all over everywhere. And then I'm going in with the Glitter Mix palette from Model's Own and taking that purple shade that was underneath the green and just patting that on my lid with my finger. And then going in to that pinkier purple kind of shade in the palette and patting that on, and then touching into the deeper purple shade and patting that on the lid too. And I did take a brush to try to get really into those creases of my eye and lay down the glitter, but I've really been enjoying this palette and it's super affordable, so if you like glitter then I would definitely check this out. And then I'm just keep applying it until I get to the desired look I want. And then I take the deeper purple shade and put it on the outer corners of my lid to blend kind of into that cherry cola shade we're putting at the end. And then I go back into cherry cola and touch all of that up. And again, so you don't move a lot of the glitter, just be really gentle with that. And then I'm going in to my Maybelline black gel liner and starting my wing. Now, I knew when I started my wing, I wanted my wing to be pretty thick, or at least thicker than I normally wear it. But I did just start with a thin line because I found it really difficult to work on top of the glitter. So I recommend keeping a paper towel close and just wiping your brush off after every stroke on the eye, going back into the gel liner and then going back onto the eye. And then once I kind of got my wing to where I want it, I went in with a makeup wipe and started to remove the glitter and just sharpen up that outer corner of my eye and my wing. And then I went ahead and added some lashes off camera. I will leave the style in the description box below. To start my face, I'm going to prime my skin using the J1 Jelly Pack. And I have really been enjoying this primer lately just because it's so sticky. It almost feels like it makes your foundation just adhere to your skin. And I do pat it in just because of how thick and sticky it is. You can't really rub it around. So I'm sorry, but I kind of moved down to get closer to my mirror so I'm out of frame. But I just took my Too Faced concealer and put it all over my cheeks just because that's been my problem area lately and I'm really just trying to get the extra coverage there. And I took my Maybelline Superstay Stick Foundation and dotted that all over my face. And then took my Dior Air Flash and just sprayed that on each of my cheeks and then up the center of my face. Which, that's so extra. You don't need to mix that many different foundations. Honestly, any of those foundations alone would have worked for me. But I was just trying to get a certain kind of coverage and finish. And then I'm just I'm blending it in with my Morphe Y6 brush. It's just a flat top kabuki brush, and I've really been enjoying brushes again lately to blend in my foundation. So I just used that, blended it everywhere, got it in the hairline, ears, neckline, all that kind of good stuff. And then I went in with my Urban Decay concealer, which it looks darker than my foundation here, but it blends out and it all works together. But I took my Morphe sponge and just blended all of that concealer out and was really careful for my wing. And then I'm going in with my Peach Perfect powder. And I did take my damp sponge and put a ton of it under my eyes just to almost kind of bake. But I don't know what happened to that clip. But I just took the sponge and put it all over the rest of my face just to set my skin. And I'm going to go away and wipe the rest off later after I finish my lower lash line, just in case any of that shadow fell. It would be on the powder and I could just wipe that away instead of ruining my foundation. And taking my black Ardensian Monster eyeliner, I just filled in the lower waterline and then took that same Cherry Cola shade on the lower lash line and smoked that out. And then using the same pencil brush, I went into the outer corner of both of my lids and then just really deepened it up. You could go in with black if you wanted to, but I thought that the Cherry Cola shade was enough for me. And I didn't show this, but I did go in with my mascara and put it on my lower lash line and took that same black eyeliner and touched up my wing just to deepen it back up because some of the shadow fell on it. To warm up my skin, I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs Omega Bronzer in the shade Tantastic and just run that all on the outer perimeter of my face, down my neck, and on my chest. And then I do take it along the center of my face just because I feel like I needed some warmth there too. And then for contouring, I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs Little Duo Compact in the shade Mirage Filter and just taking the contour shade from it and going along my cheekbones. And when I'm contouring, I like to take a small eyeshadow brush and just get really detailed with some of the contouring I do in the center of my face. So I just take it and do it underneath the lip and then in the little divot kind of hole in your Cupid's bow, just because that kind of makes your lips look a little bit more plump. And then just quickly I ran it up and down the sides of my nose. Nothing like too strategic there, but just a little something, and it all looked a little harsh, so I did go in with my foundation brush with nothing extra on it and just patted that over it. And then taking that same damp sponge and my Too Faced powder, I went and baking the top half of my contour and baking up the center of my nose, just because that really helps that nose contour look a little bit better and sharper. And then I am baking a little bit underneath my eyebrow just to really make it look lifted. Now you can ruin your eyeshadow if you're not careful, so just be careful when you're doing that and don't drop powder like on your eyelid. And then I just wipe it away. I mean, I left it for probably a minute and then wiped it away, so nothing too long. And then to highlight my face, I'm going in with this Makeup Revolution highlighting palette, and I can't remember which one it is, but I will leave it down below. This has been my favorite highlighting palette. It's so good and it's so affordable, but I'm taking that golden and pink shade in it and then just highlighting my cheeks and hitting underneath my brow bone. And then I switched to a small brush and took that white and gold shade and then put that on the bridge of my nose in a straight line and put it on the tip of my nose, and then just kind of blended that out and softened it. And I took it and put it on my Cupid's bow and then carefully put it on the lines around my Cupid's bow, almost around that shade you put to contour it. I feel like that makes a huge difference right there, so I've been loving to do that lately. And then I went ahead and put it in my inner corners of my eye, and then I wanted it a little bit brighter, so I took just the white shade from the palette and did that. I've been loving highlighting this way. I just really like the way it looks when you're just kind of like strategic with it and where you're placing it and everything. So next, to start on the lips, I went in with the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in the shade Sandstorm and just lined my natural lip line. Nothing too crazy, but I really just put this lip liner in to kind of help bring my lip line back to life because it was so covered up with foundation. And then I went in with the Lorac lipstick in the shade Optimus and just put that on my lips and patted it around. And then went back in with that highlighting shade and just touched up the Cupid's bow, and then you are all done with the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and go hit that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any more videos from me, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.